Alright, this is problem 19, and we're going to find the unknown number, which is find the x for the proportion, and we're going to write our answer as a whole number or a mixed number if possible. So as you can see in this problem, there's all mixed fractions, and I wrote down steps. First you're going to change to improper fractions, so you're going to change all your mixed fractions to improper fractions, and then you'll set up the cross multiplication with your improper fractions, solve for x, and when you solve for x, you're going to follow the rules for multiplying and dividing fractions. So let's take a look at that. We're going to do step 1, which is change. The step 1 is here, change to improper fractions. Alright, so 3.5. How do we do that? We simply multiply here and add there. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So we have 7/2. For the 3.5 is 7/2. We're going to take 5 and 2/5, and that'll be 5 times 5, which is 25 plus 2, which is 27. Put it back over the 5, so we've got 27/5. And then we're going to take our last one down here, 2 and 7/4, so that'll be 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 7, which is 15, back over that 4, so 15/4. So now we have improper fractions, and instead of plugging back into this, let's set it up as our cross multiplication. In other words, we multiply x times the 2 and 7/4, and we're also going to multiply the 3.5 times the 5 and 2/5. When we do that, we set those equal to each other. Okay, so what I'm doing is setting up the cross multiplication, but I'm going to insert these improper fractions into our problem now at the same time. So we're at step 2. So I'm going to take x, and we'll do it in the blue color for this direction, x, and instead of saying times 2 and 7/4, I'm going to use this improper fraction that we created. So 15x times 15/4 equals, we'll get that up, equals, and we'll use the purple indicating that we're multiplying 3.5 times 5 and 2/5, but we're going to use our improper fraction. So 3.5 is now 7/2. We're going to go times 5 and 2/5 is now 27/5. So we're going to multiply that by 27/5. Alright. Well, this is pretty cumbersome still, but let's finish up. We're going to solve for the x. So let's take the equation now, and we'll divide both sides by 15/4. And you've watched me do this in other videos. And what that does, of course, is it cancels out on the left side this fraction, because anytime you divide a number by the same number, it becomes 1. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. So when that becomes 1, this is x is all by itself. So now you have a problem where x equals 7/2 times 27/5 divided by 15/4. So now we can follow the rules for multiplying and dividing fractions to solve the rest of the problem. Okay, So we skipped to step 4 because 2 and 3 are sort of combined here. And we're going to begin to solve this big thing here by working with the numerator first. So 7/2, let's rewrite this time so we don't have too many steps blurred into one. 7/2 times 27/5. And any time you have potential cross-canceling, you should do it. We don't here because 2 does not go into 27 or 7. 5 doesn't go into 7 or 27. They don't have any common factors between them. Okay, so we just have to multiply. And that, remember, that's just the numerator. 7 times 27, well, let's get our calculator. Seven times 27 equals 189. Over 10, because 2 times 5 is 10. Well, that's just, once again, a numerator. So let's take what we've done. We've solved that numerator. Let's put it up here. 189 tenths. Now that is over 15/4. So now we have a simpler division problem because this line here is a division sign. So we'll put a division sign, and the top fraction, number, or whichever, the top numerator goes to the left here, and then the 15/4 on the bottom goes here. Remember, we're not at the multiplication step yet, so don't flip anything over. Then once we have that, we can flip it over, and we'll have 189. Wow, I have to be careful because that looks like a funny number, but it's 189 tenths times, now we're going to take the reciprocal and we're going to call it 4/15. At least we can do some cross multiplication, or cross canceling rather, I'm sorry. So 4, and I'll use a different color, and if you divide 4 by 2 you get 2, so then you have to divide 10 over here by 2 to get 5. And what can we do here? 189 and 15. Let's see, does 15 even go into 189? Maybe it does. No, it doesn't. So 9 and 9 is 18. Let's do 3. 189 divided by 3 equals 63. Okay. So we have 189 divided by 3 is 63, but we have to divide the 15 by 3, which then is 5. Okay, we can't do anything more to this. So we have to multiply. We've reduced enough, and now we're going to multiply. 63 times 2, which is 126. And that will be a numerator. And then 5 times 5 is 25. It's looking like I don't think you can do much to reduce other than now to change the improper fraction to a mixed number. And that's what they mean. If possible, change it to a mixed number. Don't leave it improper. So then to do that, we divide 25 into 126. So let's do 126 divided by 25. 5. So it goes about 5 times. So let's do our little math here. 25 into 126. And it's according to our calculator, we could go 5 times. 5 times 25 is 125, I believe. And then we have minus is 1. So we have a remainder of 1. So our 1, so we have 5 1/25 left. What I did is this becomes the the whole number, and the remainder is the numerator. And we keep this as the denominator, which we had down here. So our new answer then is 5 1/25 for number 19.